Hey everybody, it's Mitsu! I'm actually going to be recording a video today. Who saw that coming? I was sitting there to myself and I was pondering, well, it's Mother's Day, and we all know, well, most of us know how I feel about that, and this sense of loathing in myself and trying to deal with all the issues internally that I have with Mother's Day. And that's because
Great. Another dead Vault Hunter.
I grew up without
It's
one, because
Jackson. Busy.
just like Claptrap said, she died when I was 6. And it was very unfortunate and very traumatic and very
Wait a
tragic.
minute.
And it took me,
Yeah,
what,
that's that.
19 years to get over it? Something
Now
like
I can
that?
get off this glacier.
And thanks in no small part to all of you who have supported me in YouTube and streaming for all this time. Oh, Claptrap's gonna prattle on for a while, so let's turn down the audio on him a little bit. There we go. Much better. So, I decided that instead of just going about and doing nothing at all, that I would take some of that inner pain and those feelings, and I would try and actually do something with it. So, I'm going to play a little Gage, and I'm going to maybe tell a story about my mom and I. From the small amount of time that I actually remember enjoying her in my life. Which she died when I was 6 or 7 years old. Again, I'm starting to lose track of all these numbers and things like that. The most I remember is I was in 1st grade. My mom was probably the coolest person in the world. Which, everybody says that about somebody, but my mom, if she wasn't the coolest person in the world, certainly was pretty awesome in general as a woman. My mother was the reason that I got into video gaming, actually. She had the Atari 2600 that I played both at home and in the Poconos, because we used to have a trailer up there. And for those of you who don't know what the Poconos are, it's the Pennsylvanian term for the Appalachian Mountains, or Appalachian Mountains, whatever you friggin' want to call it. My mother loved to try and get me to play these video games. And eventually, you know, as a little kid, you think that all the cool things going on the screen are the best things in the world, so you watch it. And you want to be like that, and you want to play those games. And she was the reason that I started playing it, and she actually got me to start playing Super Mario Brothers. I was going to say Super Mario World or Super Mario 64, but that's because I'm so used to saying those as my favorite games. But no, she's the reason that I started playing any games at all. She introduced me to Super Mario Brothers, and she taught me all the little secrets and tricks. Like, she showed me where the warp pipes were, and I was like, whoa, Mama was the coolest in the world. And a lot of times, you know, it's like, the dad kind of does that thing. But my mom was a girl who liked video games. She was really cool about all those things. She had a whole collection of games, too. Most of them, I have no idea where she got them from. Like, The Adventure of Bayou Billy, which I've made a reference to on stream at least once. I have no idea where she obtained that game. And I have no idea why she obtained it. The game is awful. But, there was another game that she really enjoyed called Trog that I played for many years after she passed away, just in honor of her. Even after I'd gotten different systems and other systems like Sega or Sega Genesis in particular, but it makes me a little sad that she didn't get to sit here and play games with me, because I know if she was here, this would be up her alley. This would be exactly what she would want to do. She would want to join in on all this streaming, and she'd probably be cackling in the background harder than I ever have, for those of you who listen on the stream. And I don't know. You think about all the things that what could have been, what if. It kind of racks your brain a little bit. I'm a little sad that this has not actually gotten any gameplay. Instead, I've just been walking around listening to Claptrap prattle on for hours and hours about nothing. But, I don't know.
Even though Knuckle Dragger blindsided me, I know my way.
She was around not just for video games, but for my 3rd or 4th birthday. By then, I had finally discovered the glory that is Batman. And at our new house, in the town where I still reside, actually, but not in the same house.
That is the only place you will be safe.
I had a very large birthday party that year, and she organized a lot of it. A lot of the things that she organized included having Batman come to the party, but it was a very effeminate Batman. And I remember being a little skeptical because I actually went out to the front of the house to see if I could find the Batmobile, which I could not because it wasn't actually Batman. It was a very, very flamboyant representation of what Batman should have been, I suppose. Oh, man. She was very instrumental in helping me learn a lot of things about who I am and who I eventually was bound to become. And I'm kind of sad that she's not here to share in all those joys. And there are many other stories that I have involving my mother. I don't know. By many other, I guess I mean one other one that I can think of off topic. For those of you who are smoking, please don't. Please don't smoke. My mother didn't die of, like, lung cancer, but she did get ovarian cancer, which only should be a problem for you if you're a woman. If you're not a woman, well, enjoy your prostate cancer instead. Sorry. But I remember I would try to get her to stop smoking because they would tell us in school, you get your parents to stop smoking, kids, be cool. And I actually started making signs around the house. And all of those signs basically pointed and directed towards what they had been teaching us about how horrible smoking was, and how bad it was to smoke, and how to convince your parents to stop smoking. So I made a bunch of signs that basically led to the porch, and every time she would pull out a cigarette, I'd be like, I'd push her, you know, obviously I was up to her leg, maybe, I'd just push her towards the direction of the porch, which we had a porch kind of patio kind of thing back in the old house. And I basically, like, I would essentially be like a 4-year-old, 5-year-old throwing her out of the house because I didn't want to have to deal with her cigarette smoke because I didn't want her smoking anymore. And eventually she did quit smoking a year or two before she passed. But make sure that's not a thing. Make sure if you're smoking, switch to e-cigarettes. Listen to everybody who's been talking about those, or just quit cold turkey. But I'm prattling on. I don't know. If you have any special Mother's Day stories or stories about your mother that you would like to share, don't forget to do so in the comment suggestion. Always like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out the stream as well. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.